Mulligan's Valley, where the wind moans through the pines, stood a gunslinger, whiskey-soaked, shadowed by his crimes. The dust beneath his footsteps mixed with blood from days before. An outlaw bound by vengeance, by lost love and folklore. Blood on the gunslinger, red as setting sun, haunted by the bullet holes in the deeds that he has done. Ghost town, silent whisper, where lost souls find their ways. He rides alone, his heart's turned stone along the cursed pathways. There's a tale that whispers softly about the love he left behind. A girl with eyes like summer skies, now just a ghost in mind. Betrayed by his own brother over gold in shallow graves. Now he tracks through lonesome valleys, shadowed by their brave. Blood on the gunslinger, echoes of the past. Each step forward takes him back to shadows that they cast. Burning church, a train's long wail, his memories ensnared in the echoes of the gunfire, and the cross is left unfair. In a dusty canyon where the truth came like the rain, faced his brother, guns drawn amidst the sorrow, amidst the pain. Two shots echoed under stormy sky so grim. One fell to silence, the other lives with him. Blood on the gunslinger, in the ground his brother lays. A tale of rage and redemption riding through the haze. Now he seeks no shelter, no solace in the run. A ghost among the shadows, his reckoning undone.
Shadows twist and crawl under a moon that's seen it all. The wind carries a tale, tired and worn, of a love sworn true, then sworn forlorn. Whiskey bottles clink like bones engraved in this ghost town where the righteous came to save. Whispers in the revenge, haunting the silent airs. Echoes of a trust that was broken beyond repairs. Every star a story, every gust a sin confessed. In the heart of the desert, where vengeance never rests. There's a church on the hill, smoldering still, where hymns used to fill the dusty skies. A preacher man ran with the devil's plan, left nothing but the truth in a pack of lies. Through the ashes, under the soot and scorn, lay secrets between the lines of a loved one. Whispers in the revenge stir the dust of fears. The night air's thick with the price of falling tears. Coyote howls a requiem for souls who won't find rest in the heart of the desert, where vengeance confesses. At the crossroads, face to face with my own ghost, I reached into the silence where love mattered most. Reckoning came like a train's mournful whistle blow, a reckoning from the hands of the one I used to know. Now whispers the revenge, ride with me tonight across these cursed lands under the fading light. My heart's laid bare, my sins I must amend. In the heart of the desert, I'll face my bitter
In a town where the church bells no longer toll, whiskey bottles lay beside each forsaken soul. Dust swirls where the rose once grew, under skies no longer clear nor blue. A lone train whistle splits the cursed air. Echoes bound for nowhere from nowhere. Gone with the ashes, faded so fast. Memories of the future, ghosts of the past. In the silence of the desert where the lost love scream, I wandered through the remnants of a forsaken dream. Here stood a church, now charred and burned, a testament to the lessons we never learned. She whispered of love as sweet as spring's first rain, but her heart hid secrets, bound in chains of pain. By the forgotten graves we made our solemn vows, but her betrayal left nothing but shadows and hollows. Gone with the ashes, lost in the blaze. The fire in her eyes now just smoky haze. In the whiskey's burn, where the heartache teems, I drown in the currents of broken dreams. on that night with the moon as my witness, I faced the truths as cold as the desert's kiss. A revolver's echo, a cry in the dark, what's left of justice in a world so stark. Ashes, I ride alone through silent deserts where the winds moan. With each step forward, my past I redeem. In the land of the lost, I reclaim my dream. Gone with the ashes under starlit beams. In the haunted quiet, I sow my seams. Out where the wind whispers tales of betrayal, under the shadow of a blood-red moon, stands a lone figure by the tracks frail, humming a sad, forsaken tune. Whiskey bottles lay buried in sand next to the ruins of a burnt-out church. This cursed land holds tight to a ghostly hand on a heartbroken lover's endless search. In the ashes of the devil's deal, where lost souls wander and kneel, lies the story of a love that died beneath the stars of a silent desert sky. By the light of a dying fire's glow, he recalls her laughter mingled with sin. A dusty storm swept her away slow, leaving trails of might have been. A whispered promise turned to scream in a ghost town where their dreams fell apart. Every dusk is a broken dreamer's dream in the graveyard of his once hopeful heart. In the ashes of the devil's deal, where silence whispers try to heal, echoes of a love that turned to cry under the haunting, endless desert sky. There in the dust he faced his fears, a revolver's truth at the devil's ear. Betrayal's cost was steep and clear in the echo of a distant train's jeer. In the ashes of the devil's deal, he found the strength to finally feel no more shadow. He stands revealed as the dawn breaks over cursed fields. Now the desert holds his tale, a ballad song where the brave fell. In the cold light truths prevail. In the ashes he broke the spell. Out where the dust storm cloaked the dawn, near the old church with its cross long gone, stands the remains of a charred wood frame where the whiskey whispers a forgotten name. Midnight train whistles mourn their tune for a love lost neath the blood-red moon. And the flame stands wild in her haunted eyes, in the burning barn under cursed star skies. The ghost of a heart that couldn't stay confined by the chains of the love or the hands of time. She rode in on the tail of a tempest wind, with tales of betrayal sketched under her skin. In the back of the bar under low slung lights, she plotted revenge on a cold dark night. Two lovers entwined, then unraveled by fate, a vow carved in sorrow, sealed by hate. And the flames left high with their vengeful cries, in the burning barn under storm-swept skies. Revenge, a bitter trail from the choices we choose, on paths paved in blood and old hearts' dues. In the ash, in the ember, I found my peace as the fire cleansed my soul, gave my spirit release. There in the glow, her shadow did rise, a silhouette of remorse under smoldering skies. Forgiveness, a phantom in the smoke we embrace, while the past and the present in the flames interlace. So the barn burns down to the ground of sin, with our memories fading like the smoke in the wind. Now every night fall by the light of the stars, I'll sing this ballad to the ashes and scars, where our love and our vengeance forever reside, in the burning barn, ballad where the old ghost hide.
Out where the dust swirls the secrets it keeps, the sun bleeds red over cracked earth deep. Ghost towns whisper with the voices of the scorned, in the shadow of a church where vows were torn. Echoes from the lonely road, calling me to bear my load. Whiskey numbs a heart so cold, on this cursed path I stroll, where the night hides the sins I sold. Echoes from the lonely road. I found an old bottle, label worn and frayed, like the love we made, it just faded away. Train whistle moans through the silent night, a reminder of the flight in the fading light. Echoes from the lonely road, haunting every tale I've told. The wind whispers my dreams are old. Echoes from the lonely road. That burning church, the flames lick sky high, reflecting the fire that still burns in my eye. Confronting the ghost in this deserted hell, my heart's revenge, only time will tell. Echoes from the lonely road. Revenge is a debt I owed. Across silent deserts to forgotten graves I roll, letting go of the past I told. Echoes from the lonely road. Echoes of the truth bestowed. In this ballad, the haunted desert and fading memories conjure a story of loss and revenge, captured through vivid imagery in a weathered vocal style that embodies the spirit of the lonely road. Out where the dust storms whisper, down in Dead Man's Cove, the church bells rang their last beneath the crimson sky stove. Whiskey bottles lay empty by a grave no one knows. Echoes of train whistles as the cold desert wind blows. Church fire and smoke where my heart once spoke, buried in ashes under rose we broke. The sky wept flames on forsaken lands as vengeance slipped through my trembling hands. She was an angel turned shadow in the moon's haunting glow. Promises made at the altar, now just embers that grow. Her love a ghost town abandoned in the silence of scorn, left me with nothing but the night and the thorns. Church fire and smoke where my soul got choked, lost in the fury of the words we once spoke. Burning timbers told the tales of our plight under the cover of a merciless night. There in the blaze, I saw her face, haunting the aisles, a fleeting grace. The truth burned bright in the heart of the flame. Her betrayal, a curse I whisper in shame. Church fire and smoke where our dreams did evoke, now just a memory of black and oak. In the ashes I lay my revenge to rest, forsaking the love that failed the test. In the silent desert under stars so remote, I walk alone with church fire and smoke.
Out where the train whistles cut the silence, the ghost town dances with its cursed alliance. Whiskey bottles lay in dust-strewn defiance by the old barn where shadows preach compliance. Spend my love by the burning barn's light, waltz through the flames into the cold night. The fire reflects in your traitor's sight. Ashes to ashes we waltz past midnight. Long ago under a blood moon's crest, you swore to me near the church laid to rest. But your heart was a bullet in the chamber unrest, and my trust was a sacrifice, a curse, a guest. Spin my love by the burning barn's light, waltz through the flames in the bitter night. Revenge sings a ballad on wrongs to right, ashes to ashes in the dim moonlight. In the smoke I see your face, spectral illusion, a waltz of love twisted into disillusion. Through the cinders I reach my conclusion, this dance of flame, our final reunion. So spin my love, let the fire consume. The barn burns away our wretched gloom. From embers to dust our fate resumes. Ashes to ashes, love's final tomb. And as the day breaks and the fire wanes, silent deserts hold all my remains. Forgotten graves under the morning's rains. The lone whistle fades, only the silence remains. Blood-red moon's eerie light, dust swirls where the black horse had ride. Bottles clink in the ghost town silence, whispers float from the saloons past violence. Midnight strikes in the devil's deal, under starlit skies, fate's cruel wheel. Echoes of a train that never arrives, life's a shadow in these cursed dives. He walked with a bounty on his soul, loved a woman whose heart he stole. In the chapel where the vows were said, flames danced high, love was left for dead. Midnight calls in the devil's grasp, in silent deserts the lost love's gasp. Burning churches light the forsaken plains, where hope is a ghost and only sorrow remains. Staring down the barrel of his sins, he sees her face in the wind's harsh spins. The truth strikes like a viper's bite in the desert's cold under haunting moonlight. strummed on a lonely guitar. This tale unwinds like a wound unscarred, telling a story as old as the hills, shadowed under moonlit chills.
Mesquite, where the cold wind moans and sighs, lies a town too rough for daylight, under blood-stained twilight skies. Whiskey bottles tell the story in this god-forsaken land of a lone and weary gunslinger with a trembling, cursed hand. Oh, the ashes of the gunslinger spread across the silent dunes, haunted by the love he lost and darkened by high noon rooms. Every star a bullet hole in the fabric of his soul, riding on to nowhere in his heart, a burning coal. The cross of an old churchyard where the prairie roses claim, he lost his heart to a prairie girl, the desert's fleeting spring. But betrayal came from a brother's hand, the one he trusted most, left him bleeding by the chapel, just another silent ghost. Ashes of the gunslinger drift with each mournful train whistle's cry. Echoes of his vengeance stir in every town he rides by. His path lined with forgotten graves, his nights plagued by restless dreams, a silhouette against the firelight, torn apart at the seams. Storm's wrath, he faced the man he once called kin. Words as sharp as rattlesnakes' fangs, piercing the roar of the wind. Two shots fired in the desert's heart, only one man stood in grace, a reflection of his darkest self, fading without a trace. The ashes of the gunslinger, scattered by the sins he bore, whisper tales in tavern corners, a legend forevermore. In every gust of desert sand, his spirit finds its peace. The gunslinger's fire has found its end, his soul at last release. In the heart of the wasteland, under a blood-red sky, lies the devil's ghost town, where even shadows die. Whiskey bottles clinking on the broken barroom floor, echoes of the damned who ain't marching home no more. Oh, the winds whisper sins of the silver bullet's kiss, a train whistle moans through the fog of the abyss. is haunted, every heart is bound. Once knew a girl with eyes like wildfires glow. In this cursed town, she was the only truth I'd ever know. But vengeance is a dark road, and I took it on my stride. Left her heart in ruin and our love on the other side. Hear the church bells burning, the firestorm's embrace, cries of the forsaken, lost in time and space. In the devil's ghost town where the dead won't rest, we're just ghosts in the hollow with sins unconfessed. Face the devil at the crossroads, gun heavy in my hand, bargain my soul to rewrite the tales of this forsaken land. But evil's grip is iron, revenge a fleeting breath. In the ashes of my choices, found solitude in death. Now the dusk falls quiet on this cursed ghostly sprawl. Forgotten graves whisper the tales of my downfall. Here in Devil's Ghost Town under the haunting moon's frown, I walk these dusty streets alone in the kingdom I disown. Where the dead trees bend, whiskey bottles lay with the tales they end. The moon throws shadows over cursed land. Ghost town echoes of a new stand. Footsteps whisper through the silent dust, each one haunted by a broken trust. I'm dancing with my last ride under cold starlight, spurs and silence in a slow graveyard glide. She's a memory that the whiskey can't hide, dancing with shadows on this long last night. Once loved a woman with fire in her eyes, found her whispering with my demise. Trust traded for gold, love sold for a prize. Betrayal's kiss felt colder than ice. In the quiet of a church, flames rose so high, left nothing but ash and a lonesome goodbye. Dancing with my last ride beneath a blood-red sky, with the ghosts of my past and the reasons why. She's just a phantom that my heart can't deny, dancing with tears that I can no longer cry. By the old rail tracks, heard the train's mournful call echoing the night of my deepest fall. Faced her specter in the dust storm's wild swirl, saw the truth unfurl, a relentless twirl.
side by side. This dance, my final stand with fate's harsh guide. In the desert sands, I abide, I abide. This journey through shadows and dust, set to the tune of a lone guitar, draws its last breath as a story fades into the vast, haunted expanse of the West.
Out where the whistling winds moan through the thorns lies a prairie so cursed it weeps and it mourns. Under skies painted with the brush of the crow, black whiskey in hand where no clear rivers flow. Echoes of train whistles crying through the night, burning church shadows cast by pale moonlight. Haunted prairie, sing a sorrowful tune under the watch of a blood-red moon. Ghosts of the past in the dust they lay, lost love and betrayal, on this ground they stay. Years ago, a love blossomed wild and free, till it was cut down beneath the old hangman's tree. He promised her roses, but delivered only thorns, left her heart as barren as the land's forlorn. In the town now forgotten, with graves overgrown, her spirit wanders forever alone. Haunted prairie, sing your sorrowful tune under the watch of a blood-red moon. Ghosts of the past in the dust they lay, lost love and betrayal, on this ground they stay. In the silence of the desert, he hears her call from the shadows of the church to the old town hall. With a gun by his side and revenge in his eyes, he seeks the man who told those fatal lies. A showdown looms under the haunted sky. Only one will live, the other will die. Haunted prairie, where the cursed souls roam, now he joins her, never again to roam. In the land of the lost, where the sad winds sigh, love and vengeance beneath the endless sky. Every note like a whisper of the restless dead plays on in the prairie, where the darkest tales are bred. Out where the winds cry the mournful tune lies the ghost of a town neath the cursed moon. Whiskey bottles litter a forgotten street, echoes of footsteps, a heart skips a beat. Dust storms whisper secrets in shades of gray, Lone train whistle moans far, far away. In that silence hangs a tale so bleak of a love lost in vengeance that the shadows speak. Oh, buried in the hollow sky, where dreams go to wither and die. Underneath the starless cloak lies the truth that the darkness spoke. He rode in with sunset in his eyes, haunted by the love that he'd come to despise. In her eyes a tempest, a storm unfurled, a betrayal hidden that shattered their world. A church once holy, now consumed by flame. He cursed her memory, whispered her name. Through the ashes he sought the path to ride, a way to end this eternal night. Oh, buried in the hollow sky, where hopes are hung out to dry. Beneath the moon's ghostly cloak rests a love that the fire awoke. In the quiet of the night, he faced the truth. The land cursed from the folly of their youth. With a gun by his side and a tear unseen, he walks the line between what could and should have been. Now buried in the hollow sky, where old ghosts lay down to die. Underneath the watchful eyes of the night, he finds peace in the fading light. So let the desert swallow the tales untold of the lover's heart that became too cold in the hollow sky. They whisper goodbye, buried deep where the lonely souls lie.
In the town where silence rules the streets so dire, I rode past shadows under a blood-red moon's fire. The old church bell told its chime a twisted choir as flames danced like devils on sacred spires higher. Riding through the church fire, the past screams louder, echoes of the love lost beneath the charred timber. Ghost town whispers stir the dust the night devours on this cursed ride. These haunted dreams I remember. The whiskey bottle empty, thrown beside the grave of the lover who betrayed, too gone to say. Her whisper like a serpent lured into the cave in the heart of the desert. I was but a slave. Riding through the church fire, revenge burns with desire. The wind carries my fury across a wire. Ghost town's clock stopped ticking beneath the empire of stars, witnessing my soul caught in the mire. Her silhouette appears, flickering between the pews, feeding off my fears. But the flames revealed the truth, drying all my tears. She was just a ghost now, after all these years. Riding from the church fire into the cold dawn's hour, leaving behind the ruins where old love retired. This outlaw's heart finds peace as the flames expire. The silence of the desert, I forge my new empire.
Under the blood-red sky of a silent desert town, whiskey bottles lay like ghosts upon the ground. A dust storm whispers secrets of a man once free. Train whistle moans through the cursed tumbleweed. In the shadow of the church, where the flames licked the stones, lived a tale of a heart turned from flesh into bones. A lover's vow broken under the weight of deceit. Forgotten graves echo cries of the incomplete.
The point of no return, with each setting sun buried in the revenge. What's done is never undone. Face to face with my ghost in the ruins of the night, head tilted low, eyes glaring with twilight, words unspoken in the showdown. Beats like a drum, bullet finds its home as the falling has begun. Buried in the revenge, acceptance in the dirt. Silent deserts hold the tales of the hurt, riding through the echoes of the choices that I've spun. Under the blood-red sky, where my tale retold, lies a gunslinger's heart, forever dark and cold. In the shadow of the old church spire, the town lies hushed, it's past the fire. Whiskey bottles by gravestones scattered, echoes of laughter now shards and tattered. The wind whispers secrets old and grim, through streets where light grows dim. Beneath the ashes and lace lies hidden the tale of a love turned cold and a face gone pale, a heart betrayed where the wild dogs wail under moonlit skies and a ghostly veil. She wore lace soft and fine, her eyes like stars used to shine. But whispers grew in the cursed night air of a lover's deceit and a dark despair. Now she walks the silent, dusty plains where nothing moves but the last train's remains. Beneath the ashes and lace lies hidden a tale of a love turned cold and a face gone pale, a heart betrayed where the wild dogs wail under moonlit skies and a ghostly veil. In the church, a shadow by the light of the flame, I confronted the ghost of her lingering pain. The truth burned clear in the desert's cold breath, revealing a path that led straight to her death. Beneath the ashes and lace, I found my release. In the land of the lost, I lay down my peace. Forgiveness or vengeance, the line wears thin. I choose the quiet, let the stars begin. Under the endless desert sky so wide, I bury my heart where all the loves have died. Riding through the ghost town, boots dragging in the dust, a photograph in my pocket and a pistol starting to rust. Her name still burns like bourbon in the silence of my throat, and the stars don't shine above me like they did before she spoke. There's whiskey in the dust, blood on the barn door. She left with the preacher, I swore I'd even the score. Now I drink to her shadow and I spit on the flame. She took my soul to heaven, then cursed me by name. The saloon's a grave of echoes, just chairs and broken lies. I carved her name on oak wood, for I watched it burn and die. My hands still shake from memories that the devil won't erase. She kissed me like salvation, then vanished without a trace. There's whiskey in the dust and the bottle's running low. No prayers left for sinners on this blackened rodeo. I ain't chasing forgiveness, I ain't begging for peace. I just ride for the silence where her memory ceased. Maybe death ain't the end, just a place she went before. And maybe I'll find her voice through that burned church door. But till then I'll keep riding with the wind at my back and this curse in my
my chest under skies painted black. There's whiskey in the dust and her ghost in my hand. I loved her like fire, now I burn like the land. She said not all men die, some just fade and combust. So I drink for the damned with my whiskey in the dust. Out where the hollow winds whisper sins, past the chapel where the fire took the saints. There's a trail lit by the ghost of a lantern's glow, where whiskey bottles mark a path only cursed know. Each step a memory, each shadow a tale of woe. Where the lantern path awaits to do the bones of fate. Under the moon's cold watch lies a story unspoken. The cries of the night, they know my name. Lost love's echo and the winds that never wane. Dust remembers a stride of forsaken boots, through silent towns with boarded saloons. There's a flame that burns in a lover's scorn, and a man with a heart from which all warmth has shorn. Promises like tumbleweeds gone as soon as they're sworn. Where the lantern path awaits with silent gates, past forgotten graves where the love once bloomed. Here lies the dust of dreams decayed on cursed lands where we once prayed. In the valley of shadows, I met my fears, face to face with the years and the salt of my tears. A showdown with the ghost in my mind, where the past and present are cruelly entwined. I reach for my gun as the night resigned. Where the lantern path waits, I settle my scores with the ghosts of my love and the wars of my remorse. The stars witness my sins in this desolate expanse. I walk alone, gave the devil his dance. On the lantern path, there's nothing left but to advance. Where the whistle cuts the silence of the sand, rode a man with whiskey in his trembling hand. Ghost town shadows under moon so pale, whispers in the dust, a sinister tale. Beneath the devil's deal, where the lost souls weep, lies a bed of secrets that the dark earth keeps. Burn out church, the cross stands frail and weak. Curse it all, the vows that the forsaken speak. Sin like an old faded coat, traded his love for the lies that he wrote. A dusty bottle, an unmarked grave, a heart betrayed by the brave yet depraved. Beneath the devil's deal, in the silent screams, echoes of the past tear apart his dreams. Burning church's spire, kindled by a spark from a liar's fire. In the cold night, the desert speaks his name. Mirages of a man he used to claim. Face to face with the ghost in his own trail, a revelation written in betrayal. Thunder and heartbeat, he makes his stand. Revenant soul